Well, good morning, Rainbow Band. It's Paul, your male escort, sometimes host, sometimes big brother. And how are you today? It's the end of the week, yes. I'm very happy that's happened. Have any of you been watching the World Series? I think that even if you're not a fantastically powerful baseball fan, I think you probably found these two games interesting. And plus, the Dodger Stadium was just a bevy of stardom. The pageantry is there. Baseball is kind of like something that you would have seen over in your neighborhood when kids were playing stickball, or you might have been on a little league team, and you might have felt the rush of getting that three base hit or home run when you were only about 4 feet tall. It was great, and it certainly has a lot of memories, and especially for Americana. But it's such an international sport. It's really a fun sport for so many people. But yeah, I enjoyed that outcome on Tuesday night. Well, Houston really rocked and rolled till they finally won, and that's really what they wanted to do, was win one game. So we're back to Astroland for tomorrow night's game on Friday. Tonight's game? Tonight's game, yeah. And it should be a very good one. I think it's going to be a 7-game series, and I don't know who's going to win. It's going to be one on something like that. I doubt very much if there'll be as many home runs as there were in Dodger Stadium, but it's going to be a good one. So I'm tuning into that tonight at 8:30, and I'll be mesmerized by those teams. I do get very sports-minded this time of the year. It's escapism, it's fun. It's my kind of game as opposed to something that is so... Minecraft is just not mine. I don't think along those lines. I don't think along those actions. I'll go with the Mario Brothers and Hamburger Man, I guess he was, and of course Pokemon. But no, I'm not. I mark my age very well, but I really don't feel like I want to be anything else. And you'll probably find that to be true too. You'll really enjoy what you are and who you are, and people will be attracted to that. We do have a very real likelihood of, I have to use the reference of wine again, but the beautiful awarenesses that come with the ensuing decades. Brad just turned 60 last week, and he's so different than he used to be, and it's a wonderful difference. He really knows how to calm down and enjoy himself. We're going to New Orleans for Thanksgiving. We became very friendly with our mates at the B&B on Elysian Fields on Esplanade in near Rampart. It's kind of at the edge of the French Quarter, but it's a little bit more residential and quiet. That's the only B&B or hotel that's on that street. You have to walk down to Washington Square before you start to see some more commercialism, and take a ride on Washington Square to Frenchman, and you see it's like a mini French Quarter. Very beautiful. That's the Serigny, I guess it was the Mangue Serigny section of town. I'm not sure I got that correct, but it's very pretty, and it was a late bloomer because it's on the edge of the French Quarter, but very, very nice. So that's what we're going to have, a real nice Thanksgiving time with about 25 people, and it's going to be so nice because we hadn't celebrated with our friends or relatives in that quantity in a long, long time. Our Thanksgiving very much got towards about one small table of 5 people, 6 people, and all ailing. And there was, I used to bring up the thing to people, well, what do you have to be thankful for this year? I know I have blah, blah, blah. I had all these things to talk to them about. And they never answered. They never took my lead, and it was just this dead silence. And I thought, well, I think I got a bad idea of this thing this year. Oh dear. So yeah, I didn't do that in subsequent years. But in subsequent years, we start to lose our family's population. And yeah, Brad and I are old. Our parents had us when they were in their 30s and 40s, so it just didn't have the same flavor that it did for people as fortunate enough as my sister, she's 10 years older than I, a little about 10 and a quarter. And so she knew everybody when they were young, and it was a different experience for her. And she's got, she had two young people, and now they're bringing their grandchildren over, so it's a whole different thing. But for us, it's going to be some drag queens and some bisexuals, some people that are straight appearing but always seem to be willing to kiss a guy, and it's going to be fun. So I'm looking forward to having a real Thanksgiving, and it's upcoming. Here it is now, almost November. Halloween will be here Tuesday. Ooh, Halloween. And it should be a lot of good, clean, fun, sweet candy fun, but pretty nice. I think Brad and I brought when we moved to this community, and he was with me for the second year, I believe. We did cranberry and grape shots made out of Jello and tons of vodka in it. Those were delicious. I think we might very well do that again this year. Very, very good. I think we might. Now, our neighbor across the street, Luigi, brought us some Mexican tequila, the best sipping tequila that there is. I think that's going to go into the recipe. I mean, he'll know it, but he'll probably slug those things on down. And you put them in a little Dixie cup, basically bathroom size 3-ounce cup, and that's plenty. But yeah, we made 2 trays of them. One was orange and one was purple. We don't do black, but it was nice. It really was. They went. And then the whole neighborhood sort of went like that. So a happy day. I'm just going to watch the landscapers do their magic today at the house. It's getting there. We're getting there, folks. It's just a little bit more of fine-tuning this big process that we're in. And I think it's looking good. I mean, I would have never thought a month and a half later, after Hurricane Irma really decimated our property and our neighborhood and our metropolitan area, it's coming along strong. There's a lot of trash to put up there in the dump trucks. I have no idea where they're dumping it, but it's in the millions and millions and millions of pounds now. So it's God bless them. It's a lot of work to do, but it sure does make you feel better when you see your sod back on the ground after they finished scraping it off where the debris was. They just, they didn't care much about it. We still have to put a cement ring around our tree, which they broke. And just a few little accoutrements to add some seasonal color, but you can get away with in South Florida just about starting now when there's not those hot overnight temperatures. We were about 76 degrees for a high yesterday. That's what we used to start our mornings with. And it was 59 during the morning. I think this morning is about 63. It's going to be a little in the low 80s, but no humidity. Tomorrow we're getting nailed by a subtropical jet stream and a low pressure system off Honduras, and that should give us some really nasty rain. But that's great for the soil and the plants that he's putting in today. So I'm looking forward to that. Kind of stoked. And guys, that's about it. No, it's not. I just wanted to let you know that this is the big weekend, most likely, for some really decent subscription numbers, and I am so very much taken aback by the way you've taken to living happily gay. We really want to be your guide to a long, stable, beautiful same-sex marriage relationship, and how it can work, and how you learn how to disagree, you learn how to appreciate, you realize how lucky you are. I mean, I was a bachelor for most of my 20s and 30s, and dare I say even 40s? Not so much. I think I was about 40, 42 when Brad and I got together. 41, something like that. But I still was a little stubborn. I hadn't come from a live-in relationship ever, and he only had living relationships with his wives. So it was a new experience for both of us, and it took us a long time, a real long time, to get to where we are today. And I wouldn't want to be any other way. It's been a really great experience. We have a lot of ability to let go of things that are just going to be, and you know in your heart, not good for you. Nobody's really happy when you're blasting the person you fell in love with at one time. Yeah, that person's still there. I mean, we get sloppy. We don't realize how many times that people do need to be cultured, to need to be nurtured, and to make the marriage feel good, they always need to feel important. And I think that's what happens sometimes. I think we just don't realize that we lose that feeling of being vital to that other person. And it's easy to say. I mean, there's so many things that do that in our country, so many things. But it doesn't have to be that way. And that's my message for you all today. Take a look at that guy that you're next to, or he's on the sofa with you. Take a look at him and see how beautiful he is. And see how much he still looks at you with love in his eyes. And you tell me if that's a person that you could possibly want to say something hurtful to, or leave for somebody else. Everybody's beautiful in the beginning. It's the person that you've been with for 10 or 15 years. Their warts and their habits and their foibles, their inadequacies perhaps in a way that you thought they wouldn't be inadequate in, they come to pass. But I don't think that for a minute that they're worth letting go. See if you agree with me this weekend. Have a real happy weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Do whatever you feel like doing to this next 72 hours, but really celebrate life. And I think you deserve it. We all do, but you have to keep being aware of how easy it is for a human being to slip into behaviors that are less than the most, the most essential in gaining that person's heart 100%. He knows that you're going to trust him. He knows that you really want to love him and that you still appreciate him. Don't let him down. Don't let yourself down. You guys picked each other. And if it's been a long time, if it's been even over 3 or 4 years, you know a lot about that person that you didn't before. Yeah, maybe his hair is receding, or like mine, the hair's turning gray, although it didn't take long, took a long time for it to do that after, God, we were together for 12 to 15 years before this started to go. I hated it at first, but it's not so bad. It really isn't. So this is Paul, your manservant and leader of your rainbow band, saying thank you for your subscriptions, your likes, and your shares. If you have to give me a dislike or have to put a comment in that maybe I might not be so thrilled with, I probably need to hear that. And know that I'm here because I want to be here. It's so much more than just entertainment. I'm here for you to reach out so you can get answers, so you can feel safe, and you're perfectly safe with me. I love you guys. Brad loves you guys, and he'll probably be with me in a video in a few days. He's sleeping now, and I don't want to make too much noise because it's late here. Take care, my beautiful men. Know that you are the sole reason for us being here and doing what we're doing. We found something about life that we feel is infectious and worth getting infected in. It's called love. It's called understanding. It's called being aware. It's called you.